Welcome back. Today I will be making an optical illusion heart. I am going to start by tracing the shape of a heart on a piece of paper, and then once I cut it out, then I will be able to use that as a pattern for the heart that we are going to be working on. So I am taking just any piece of paper. I happen to have this green one that I thought would work so that you can see it better. So I just drew one side of the heart, and when you fold your paper in half, then because a heart is symmetrical, then the other side will come out exactly as the part you're doing. Now this is cardstock, so it's a little bit hard, and it works as a pattern pretty good. So let's see, I'm going to open this up, and if you're happy with your shape, then you normally I would take a pencil at this point and then trace it with a pencil, but I'm going to skip that part, and because my pattern is pretty thick, it will allow me to just trace it with the marker and hopefully won't make any mistakes. All right. So once you have that traced, then you need to find a ruler or some kind of straight edge. I just happen to have this one. And the first line you're going to make is you're going to trace over your line of symmetry for this heart. So just make a little mark right here where the heart meets here and at the bottom. And this is where your first line is going to go. And after you make this first line, all your other lines are going to go behind the heart, or give the illusion that the lines are going behind the heart. So I'm going to line up my ruler on this first line of symmetry that I made, and when I make my second line, I stop where the heart is, where it starts, and then this is where you pretend that the line continues behind the heart, and it comes out on this side. See? Then again, line up your ruler, and you'll do the same thing until you get to the end of your paper. You'll just continue making lines that go behind the heart shape. And you'll do the same thing on the left. The only line that goes in front of the heart is that first line of symmetry that you did, or that I did. And you'll continue to draw these lines all the way on the left side until you reach, it's like that's the end of my paper. Now, once you get all your vertical lines, you're going to do horizontal lines exactly the same way. Start at the bottom of your paper because it has a straight edge, and line up your ruler. And again, when you make your lines, stop where the heart is, and this will give the illusion that this line will continue, but it continues behind the heart. And you will do this all the way to the top of the heart, or the paper. All right, don't forget to do that middle part. And that's actually the easiest part. Now, the next part is the curved part, the curved lines that will give the illusion of this heart kind of popping out of the paper. Uh-oh. Hold on. I moved my camera. Here we go. I'm going to start down here, And I'm going to start with these 2 points. See how there's 1 point here and 1 point here? And I'm going to draw a curved line and connect those. Then I'm going to skip this one right here and go to the next 2. So it would be this one and this one. Then I'm going to skip this little one right here, but I'm going to start mine right here and then here. Now the next one would be this point and this point. The next line would be this point and this point. And then the next line would be this point, but I'm going to stop it about right here. And then this line here and stop it at this point. Now this would be a good time to go back and retrace the heart and give it an extra dark line with your Sharpie to really make the heart stand out. Now the next set of lines are going to be curved lines that are going vertically on the left side and then in the opposite direction on the right. So start with this point right here and this one right here, and it's just going to be curved. Then here to this point, and then here to this point, and then the same on this side. So this point would go to this point. This point would go to this point. This point would go to this point. And it looks like there's a lot of space in here, so I'm just going to look at this part right here, and there's a place right here in the middle and right about here, so I'm just going to make an extra line right there and another one here. Now once you have all your lines drawn, it is time to color, and for this project let me adjust this a second because I moved the camera and now having trouble. All right, here we go. So I'm going to pick 2 warm colors, which are orange, red, pink. I'm going to choose 2 colors. So this is for the heart. So you would start on one end and pick up section and you would color it. Then if you color this one, you would skip this one. This is going to create a checkered pattern. Now when you're coloring with markers, lay your marker flat a little, makes the line a little bit thicker, and you go from the top to the bottom, and it makes this drawing very clean. And then you can trace the outer edges. So red, nothing, red, nothing. Then come to the next section. This has red, so this one will not be colored. So I color the next one, again with thick lines. And then trace around, then skip, then color this one. Then skip, then color this one. You can go straight across. Then skip, color this one. Then skip and color this one. And then you can continue coloring all the spaces that would create a checkered pattern on your heart. Then in the places where you don't have red, that's where your other color would go. And I've chosen orange, so this is where I would color this section orange. Then this would be orange. And I try not to leave any of the little places white. Now once you get that done, then you work on the background. And I am going to choose two cool colors, which would be, in this case, I'm going to choose red, no not red, blue and green. So again, start on one corner. So if I choose blue for this, then this would be blue, this would not have blue. The next square would have blue. The next one would not, and so on. And then for the second line, since this one is blue, then this one would not be blue, but this one would. Alright, so this one is not blue, this one would be blue. And you would continue that pattern until you finished all of the background. And then all the places where you left it without coloring, the white one, then this part would be the other color you choose. So in this case, it would be green for all those other places, and it creates a checkered background. So once you finish, it should look something like this. And since Valentine's Day is coming up, this would be a great card to use. You could fold it in the middle where your line of symmetry is. Then you can take, you're going to see marker lines on here, but you can take another sheet of paper and fold it in the middle. Glue it. You could glue it here. And then write your parents or your best friend a nice little Valentine's Day note, and this could be their Valentine's Day card. Or you can just keep it for yourself because it is a pretty neat art project. Remember, if you create one, bring it to class. We would love to see it, and if you want, we can always put it on our art wall. Thanks for watching.